So I see your message about just getting over it, and I hear that message, and I agree. And honestly, most generally, it has been the way that I've dealt with things. But I got a couple of points. Sometimes, if you just get over everything and you let everything slide, it can build up till you be treated like a doormat, never standing up for yourself. It took me till I was like 45 years old to learn how to say no because I wasn't allowed it growing up. And that is not the best strategy. You have to let your children say no, considering age appropriate choices. You like Wayne Man talking. Secondly, in this situation I'm in this case, it does not benefit the future, the collective, or anybody for me to just let my experience slide. It has to be fixed. For one thing, the deformation is still greatly affecting my life, and I never deserved that in the first place. Second point B, little b period. Doctors need to stop medically neglecting people. This story needs to be told, as it will help create a better future for our getting more chronically ill by every generation future. Okay, all you gotta do is look at, that graph and see how extremely expedited illness and chronic illness has become. And it's not okay. And it has to be changed. It has to be fixed. Something has to change about it. So, there's definitely instances where you just gotta let stuff go, but sometimes there's instances where the injustice is so severe that it has to be dealt with. It has to be fixed, and it has to serve as an example to prevent that from happening. I feel like even a handful, but I know a lot more of lives could be saved if my story were to be told and doctors were to see that. You can't just lie about people, and you can't just medically neglect them. You gotta believe them. You gotta give them labs, and the labs that we don't have in place need to be created. The protocol needs to be changed. Doctors should not be allowed to just, choose whose life they want to save. Because when you're in a situation like mine with emerging disease and a controversial illness, you just get past. Every single doctor says, not me, not it. And that's not okay. If you're in a town where the doctor, it's their scope of practice and their specialty, and especially if they're the only doctor in town treating, say, infectious disease, they should have to treat you. They should not be able to just deny your case and decide that they're not going to help you. That has to change. So yeah, I'll let things go once you doctors can start doing right by people. Once you can start treating people's illness, especially if they could get to a place where they're actually treating the root causes of illness. Because everyone knows you're leaving everyone sick just to make money and keep clients. And that's not why medicine was created, and that was not the aim of it. And things were not that way for-profit medicine. The turn of the century, the 1900s, they did whatever they could to save lives. So it needs to change. It needs to go back to that. It's become